Welcome to a new video, guys. So this time I want to show you how I managed to clear the final stage of the current Pure Fiction with all stars as usual. This one was quite the challenge for me. I'm not going to lie. So as you might have heard in earlier videos, I kind of dislike the damage over time playstyle. Which is also why I skipped pretty much building any damage over time characters so far. I also skipped, you know, the insane Kafka, which is just an insane character for damage over time stuff. I also want to skip the Black Swan banner right now. And yeah, what does MiHoYo do? Of course, they release a Pure Fiction that is basically built around using damage over time characters, so... oh man. Yeah, it was quite the challenge, but I managed to work around it somehow, and I do want to show you how I did it in the end, so... basically, what I'm doing is... Since I'm lacking damage over time, I am making use of the rumor buff. That is one of the cacophonies that you can choose for both of your battles. And yeah, the rumor one is the one that basically applies a wind shear debuff on an enemy when you hit them. So what is a wind shear debuff? Of course you all probably know what that is. It's a wind-based damage over time effect. So, you know, it makes sense when I say that when I do not have damage over time, making use of that, you know, exploiting that buff, basically it's giving me damage over time even though I do not have it, so it sounds great, right? The other two buffs are great as well, but they kind of work better when you already have some damage over time in your team. So in the end, for me, since I'm only using one dot character, the only dot character I like is Guinaifen. Simply because, well, I'm gonna be frank, she's kinda cute, so... She's the only dot character I built. She's also the second team, so look forward to that. But, yeah, overall, we do not have a lot of dot here, so I'm making use of that rumor buff. It works great. It works especially great when you have AoE characters in your team that, you know, hit all of the enemies at once. Because when you hit all of the enemies, you apply a wind shear debuff on all of them. You know, anytime you hit all of these characters. So, Jingyuan in this first team, for example, his skill hits all the characters on the screen. His ultimate hits all of the characters on the screen. So, you know, that already is a great thing. So, yeah, besides that, I also have Blade in this team because the enemies have lightning and wind weaknesses, and you know, Blade does also deal some area of effect damage. He hits 3 enemies at once with his basic attack, enhanced by his skill. His ultimate is hitting 3 enemies. His follow-up attacks hit all of the enemies on screen, so, you know, he's kind of an AoE character as well, so he works here, he works pretty well. Yeah, of course I have Tingyuan here as well as my main support, best waifu in the game. And yeah, the healer was a bit problematic for me to find. So I started with Ho-Ho, since I thought, you know, she's also wind-based. She's given us more attack, she's given us energy, and, you know, in emergencies, she can also heal. It wasn't a terrible idea, but in the end, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. Then I tried out Lynx, because she has, you know, an AoE heal that I don't need to use skill points for. She has a Dispel that can remove these annoying freeze effects on my characters. And of course she can also, you know, apply this taunt effect on Blade when she heals him. That increases the likability of him being attacked, which, you know, Blade loves, because getting attacked means more follow-up attacks, means, you know, more wind shear debuffs on the enemies, and that means more kills. But yeah, in the end, the major problem was I did not have enough skill points to make use of all of my, you know, DPS characters to have Tingyuan constantly buffing Jingyuan. So in the end I had to swap to Luocha, even though imaginary isn't really the most effective element here. It works kind of well towards the end, but yeah, basically the reason why I'm using Luocha here is because he doesn't use any skill points at all. And that means I can use the skill points for my DPS characters, you know. So that's the whole reasoning here. Also, important to note here, I realized I simply do not have enough damage to take out Yanqing in the end. So what I'm trying to do here at the very end of the first battle is I'm kind of trying to ignore Yanqing, and instead I'm trying to just, you know, I'm just constantly killing all of the smaller enemies here, the ads that keep spawning, to just get my score as close to 30k as possible, if not above it, because, you know, you need 60,000 points to get 3 stars. So, you know, divided by 2 battles. Makes sense that you kind of want to reach a 30k each battle, right? So that is my aim here, my goal for the first battle. I know I cannot completely beat this with my team, so you know, just trying to make the most out of what I have right now, and then hopefully the second team is going to you know, to get us where we want to be. Yeah, getting a bit unlucky with the freezes here towards the end, but it's okay. So we are already above 30,000 points at this time. Just thinking about my last action here, like, what can I do? Can I kill one more enemy? No, I cannot. But I think that was good enough. So yeah, second battle. Now this could look a bit strange to some of you guys. It still looks strange to me as well, but yeah, this team is what carried me to victory. So Guinaifen, as mentioned before, she's the only dot character I built. She's a cutie. I tried out a bunch of different team compositions for the second battle here. And what I ended up with is this team. With a Herta that I basically rushed today. Like, she was, when I started playing today, she was level, I think, 30 or maybe level 20 or something. I didn't want to build Herta at all. I always thought she kind of sucks. I did see the videos about her being really good in these pure fiction modes, but I was kind of like, you know, as long as I don't need her to clear it, I don't really want to waste my my materials, my level up materials for her. But holy shit, guys, like, I kid you not, she is insane in these modes, because she's hitting all of the enemies on the screen. So, you know, especially in this fight where sometimes you have 5 enemies, it's too good. Like, she hits all of them with her skill. She hits all of them with her ultimate. And then you have, like, all of these follow-up attacks that she is doing. Like, the damage she is dealing, the amount of enemies she is killing, it's insane. Like, she is so good, dude. I cannot even, dude. I'm still so shocked. And, dude, she's not even built properly. Like, I'm going to show you this after the fight, after we clear, but she is level 70. She has a light cone at level 70, 4-star light cone. Her traces, dude. You guys won't believe it, but her traces are like at level 5 or level 6. Some of them are not even, you know, at all activated. But she is still carrying me through this. If you guys have any trouble clearing any of these pure fiction battles with an ice weakness, please do think about getting a Herta up. You do not need an insane investment in her. Just get her to like, I don't know, level 70, just like me. Level a bunch of traces. And you will be so happy afterwards. So yeah, now we are at the finale here. There's going to be one more surprise, like something I did not consider even possible with this team. But yeah, no spoilers yet. Let's take a look here. So, yeah, with Argenti in the end, this guy can be quite tough. The first things I tried out here is I tried to pick the Cacophony buff that heals the lowest health teammate on your side whenever a dot gets applied. So I kind of figured, you know what? Maybe I can just, you know, take like a double DPS character to support setup, and then just basically heal myself through the dots. That wasn't a terrible idea. The problem is Argenti in the end and his little shields or whatever that is that he spawns. At some point they are attacking you so much that my characters just kept dying. So what actually worked best for me was just put Fujuan in there for some additional AoE damage with her ultimate. And then, yeah, that was already like, it felt way more safe. And what I'm trying to do here is basically I'm trying to hit these shields that look like little swords, if that makes any sense. Like, you see how they look different? Like, there are some shields that look like, they have roses, and then there's these sword kind of guys. When you kill one of the rose shields, you get a shield. But when you kill one of the sword shields, then they are basically dealing damage to their side. So basically, if you kill one of these sword guys, they deal damage to Argenti, they deal damage to all of the other minions he has. And that is a pretty good thing, because they deal quite a lot of damage to them as well. So right here, as you can see, I'm running into some kind of skill point issue. My shield, my Fujuan shield is running out, and I only have one skill point left. But I also kind of want to deal damage, so right now I'm thinking about what to do here, and I actually decide to not reapply the shield. I'm playing it dangerous here, you know, no risk, no fun. But yeah, look what happens. So we are taking out the sword, deals a lot of damage to the enemy side. Then insane Herta DPS. And yeah, we feel pretty safe at this point. If you look at the score at this point, we have already reached 3-star level. So just by killing the minions with Herta, we have already reached the 60k that we needed. So right now, this is just the victory lap, basically. I'm just trying to, you know, to see where I can get with this team comp. I'm already more than shocked that, you know, with a bunch of 4-star characters as my DPS, we can actually get that far. But I guess that's what makes pure fiction so cool. But yeah, the biggest surprise is yet to come. If you take a look at the action bar on the left side, you can see that the end of the battle is approaching pretty quickly. Like, once we reach that 0, the battle is going to be over. So right now I'm thinking, wait, dude, we are actually getting pretty close to killing the boss. Like, is this even possible? Like, I was like, yeah, let's just try to kill as many minions as possible, just like in the battle before. But now I'm realizing, at this point I'm realizing, we actually have a chance to even kill Argenti here. And, well, let's see what happens, right? So boom, one more sword has died, one more big dart, and there we go. We actually killed Argenti as well, with a total of almost 72,000 points. That is definitely a 3-star victory. Holy shit, Herta is insane. So let me show you guys what my carries right now look like. Because I'm not sure if anyone wants to believe it. Like, if you're still wondering whether Herta might be a good investment for this, look at this. Like, level 6 and 7, like, some of the traces not even leveled. Of course, she's Eidolon 6, of course. Yeah, Guinaifen is not. I only have one of her, unfortunately. But yeah, also not too much investment there at all. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys understand how good Herta is now. I certainly do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and goodbye.